Death represents the end of the subjected, separated mind. It represents the end of communication as you know it, for your experience of communication happens between two separate private minds. This experience of communication is illusory, that is to say, it is an extremely limited description of an experience which is without limits. Those who have come close to death know that there is a reality which is beyond the limits of perception in this world. In that world, communication is spontaneously and all-inclusive. In other words, there is no one who does not know what you are thinking, and this does not bother you, for you know what everyone else is thinking too. Because there are no private thoughts, every limited thought is quickly corrected by a less limited one. Since your sense of self tends to be defined by thought, there is a sense that self is constantly expanding as thought itself expands beyond its limits. The interesting thing is that right now, without struggle or self-conscious effort, you are in communion with unlimited being. Your body is bathed in light. Your heart is capable of receiving unconditional love, and your mind is capable of apprehending truth directly. All this is possible if you will just be quiet and willing to experience it. Once you leave the body, you will have no choice. You will be in the experience of it, ready or not. If you resist the experience, you will gravitate toward another limited body which offers you a developmental experience of truth. If you are ready for the experience of unconditional love, you will move through every fear you ever had and every limit you ever placed upon yourself to a place that is beyond fear or limits. This is the place you call heaven. Going to heaven, ending the cycle of birth and death, entering nirvana, transcending karma, moving beyond the conditioned mind, all mean the same thing. This is the ultimate destination in the journey of consciousness. Everyone will arrive, everyone will finally achieve mastery. All forms of spiritual practice merely exist to help you save time. They invite you to the experience of unconditional love and grace here and now. They invite you to stop doing, to stop thinking, to stop scheming and dreaming. They invite you into silent communion with yourself. They invite you to see every brother's thoughts and actions toward you as a mirror of your own thoughts about yourself. They simplify the warp and woof of life to a single thought, a single breath, a single action. They tell you that every event, every relationship, every gesture of heart or mind is a vehicle of God awareness, for God awareness. Throw out all the dogma and empty ritual, and you will come to the core spiritual experience, the essential invitation to worship. It is there in every tradition. Indeed, it is there within your heart and your mind, the call to peace, to joy, to happiness. To answer this call is to enter the path. It does not matter what you call it. It does not matter how you express it. The way of giving will open before you, and as you give, so will you receive from others. The path has its own simple beauty and its own mystery. It is never what you think it is, yet it is never beyond our own ability to intuit the next step. Authentic spirituality is not linear. It is not prescriptive. It cannot tell you do this and do that and such will happen. Whatever is done must come from deep inside. It must be fresh, clear, and centered in the heart. It must be done spontaneously. If there is any residue from the past, if there is any fear, trust will be missing, and the miracle will not occur. Every thought that is free of fear, every action that is free of the compulsion to do, to save, or to heal, is miraculous in nature. It is free of the laws of time and space, yet operates with spontaneous efficiency within them. Why is this true? Because it is unrehearsed. Because it does not come from the conditioned mind. Because it is spontaneous and fully trusting. Such a thought or action is a living prayer. It cannot be anticipated or repeated. It is not a product of your learning. It is a result of your living communion with the unconditioned mind. Deeply embedded in your psyche is the call to awaken. It does not sound like the call that anyone else hears. If you are listening to others, you will not hear the call. But once you hear it, you will recognize that others hear it too in their own way, and you will be able to join with them in simple support. Blessing them, you bless yourself. Setting them free to travel their own path, you will set yourself free to travel yours. There is no competition. There is no greed, for there is nothing to get, nothing to achieve. All is there for the taking, that it might be given away. And in every gift that is given, be it yours or another's, is the miracle contained. The way of forgiveness. I have chosen the way of forgiveness because it alone undoes the lock of time upon the wound. Where there is no time, there is no wound. Let go of the past and you will have no grievances. It is simple, is it not? Time makes the wound seem real. It makes death seem real. It makes all the changes that happen in your life seem real. Yet none of these are real. If you could be without time for a single instant, and I assure you that you can, you would understand your salvation. In that timeless moment, nothing you have said or done means anything. In that moment, there is nothing to own, no past, no future, no identity. There is just the moment of pure being, of non-separateness, of non-judgment. This is the moment you inhabit all the time without knowing it. Imagine that you are already in heaven and do not know it. You are in heaven, but heaven is not acceptable to you. Heaven does not support your ego, your schemes, and your dreams. Heaven does not support your power struggles, your lessons, or even your forgiveness process. There is no need for forgiveness in heaven. Why not, you ask? Because no one in heaven is guilty. No one who abides in the present moment has committed a crime or a misthought. Heaven does not support your soap opera of crime and punishment. It does not support your soap opera of sin and salvation. In heaven there is nothing that needs to be fixed. In this moment also there is nothing that needs to be fixed. Remember this, and you are in the kingdom. You think you get to go to heaven by being good, yet no two of you can agree on what it means to be good. Is it any wonder that the roadmap to heaven is a rather crooked affair? Some of you have a more enlightened attitude. You believe that it is okay if you made a mistake, but you have to be saved from your sin. You have to reject your old ways and understand that I died for your sins. That, my friends, is just plain hogwash. Why, I ask you, would I die for your sins? I did not commit them. I guess you think I'm a magnanimous guy. I'm so good, I can just soak up your sins and not be affected by them. Then we're all okay, right? Yes, but are we? Now you believe your salvation depends on me. And what if I don't deliver? Will you crucify me again? Or perhaps take your own life? Is that the way you demonstrate that everything is all right? I'm really saying something a bit different. Yes, everything is all right, not in some distant future or by some act of faith on your part. Everything is all right now, without your needing to fix it, and without my needing to fix it. If you want to understand this, you need to practice the forgiveness process. Whenever you think that someone or something is wrong, forgive yourself for thinking that thought. Whenever you think you are wrong, forgive yourself for thinking that thought. Say to yourself, this seems to be wrong, but what do I know? I probably have something to look at here that I don't want to see. That's why I think it's wrong, because I don't want to look at it. Be willing to look at the things you would condemn. That is the fastest way to dismantle your guilt. Whatever or whomever you think is wrong just shows you what you think is wrong with you. That is your guilt, brother. Better look at it, or it's going to keep running your life. Stop trying to make illusions true. Stop trying to justify your judgments. That will just deepen your conviction that you are separate from others.